Well, good evening. I'm Robert A. Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom. I am a hypnotherapist, NLP practitioner, timeline coach, published author, and of I Am Wisdom, Fear is My Friend. I Approve of Me, Sets Me Free. And also, Dissolving Ancient Anger, Dissolving Pleasing Others. And they're available at amazon.com/author/Robert A. Wilson. And tonight I want to talk about something that I say I've done, but I really still have remnants of it. Not caring what other people say. And we all say we don't care, but yet we feel something when somebody says something. And that is what I really want to address for everybody tonight. And when I say this, we all say we're invincible, but we really are not, because we think it, we want to say it, but yet deep down we feel it. And that is where we really become kind of locked and blocked in our own way, because we're afraid to hear what we don't want to hear. Then when somebody says it, we get hurt, and we get our feelings hurt, and then we get mad, we get frustrated. And really, everybody's entitled to say what they want. But however, it's how we interpret it, but it's how we allow our feelings to become involved in it rather than that. And it's when our feelings and emotions get hurt is when we really become locked and blocked in yesterday. Because we become afraid to hear the world speak to us, we become stuck in trying to stay where we're at, and we really become afraid of moving forward. So as I open up to understand, I clear the way for me to realize that what other people say is their fears when they're ridiculing people. Because people that are really curious and confident will ask you questions about what you say, or frame the statement or the affirmation in ways that will expand you forward. That is something I'm really, really open to now, is realizing I'd say it, never caring, and I'd really think I was a tough guy, but yet internally in my stomach area and the core, I'd say, ooh, that's where it is. To expand forward out of this, you got to quit, quit thinking and start feeling the invincible power of myself or yourself. And as I move forward through this, I really unlock a new wave of confidence to hear what makes me feel bad, but it really has nothing to do with me, because it's usually other people's words. And when people say words, they're really trying to make you stay on their level. Condescending words are a fear. And when they say condescending, they're words to make you feel bad, that means they're afraid that you'll leave them behind. And that is it. And see, to expand the world, everybody's going to have to get a little bit weird and crazy and get out of it. And all I'm saying about weird and crazy is that's just beyond the society's way of life. How many people have been called weird or crazy and then turn out to be the greatest inventors or expand the world more than anybody else? And that's just about all of them, because inventors and people that have awesome abilities are beyond the controlling thinking of the society and other people and the friends of their life. And how are your friends actually a ball and chain in a way, because everybody wants you to stay the same as them? And that is something I've really opened up to. And how many times keeping your same friends, even though you understand or don't feel something's right, really keeps you locked and blocked in where you're at in life. So as we move forward and get going, it's really about trusting your own abilities And it's really about trusting yourself to move beyond your current way of life. Because when we do this, we really open up a new ambient, not arrogance, but ambient wisdom to move forward, because we heat up the internal. And the arrogance of people is how come they criticize and ridicule, because arrogance is the biggest fear in the world, because they're wanting to cover up something rather than expand through something. So as I open up and see this within myself, I kept wanting to say, "Oh, I'm beyond what other people say." I wasn't. Am I there? No. But am I open to it now? Because I'm understanding criticism makes you feel things, and your thinking is very shallow, because it has to go to the core of you to be the stout-hearted savant within yourself to move your life forward. But the more I understand, the outside world is set in motion to keep me inside society. It's the silence within me is my spiritual sapience to move forward and energize my life. But when I hear what other people say and I buy into it, or I think that is right, that is something within me that I need, that's open to being exposed, expanded, energized, and moved beyond. Because everything that is unsettling in feelings is something to be addressed. Thinking is really very shallow, because the feelings of hurt, feelings will overcome thinking, because feelings will actually energize feelings with the emotional just within ourselves. The emotions and the feelings is where the expansion and letting go becomes, because it's easy to think it. And I thought it, and I tried to be the hero and the big shot and all that, but really it was still people saying things would hold me back in life, because I'd say it deep inside myself, and then I'd feel bad, and I'd just clam up and walk away. And how many people have done that? But it really isn't about me being free. It's about me being willing to hear whatever hurts one of my feelings is something that's holding me back. Because the confident me or the omnipotent me will mature through everything. The wimpy me will buy into everything somebody says. And how is the tonality of it? And are they trying to do it to hurt me, try to help me, or what are they saying? Because most people that want to keep you within their realm, they're going to be very arrogant about it. They're going to try to make fun of you and make fun of you in front of others, so they laugh at you trying to hurt you. People laugh at people that live beyond themselves. That's something that everybody that really has the power within them will feel. If people ridicule, trying to make a person look like a fool, but actually the ridiculer is always a fool. People that are being ridiculed and bullied have an aura that makes the bullies fearful of them. And that is something else that has to happen in life. So as we move forward and get beyond this, it's really about my inner, it's right in here, from here to my root chakra, up my core chakra, is where my energy flow is. It's really about an entrepreneurial trailblazer flow of energy, because when you're expanding your life, you're going to get the ridicule from the fools that are afraid to be where you're at. And really, ridiculers are usually fearful people. And the ones that are successful, they're going to explain to you some things. They're going to ask you questions about things, and then they're going to make you go inside yourself and feel the uncertainty of life. Because you're going to question your way to the penthouse. You're going to tuck your way to the outhouse. And that is a true, and I've done that so many times, it's unbelievable. But it's really about letting go of what other people say. Because when you're buying into or paying attention or allowing somebody else to control your life, you're trying to live inside them and follow them so you look good in their eyes. And anybody that tries to look good in other people's eyes is going to live in a diminished world because they're afraid of their abilities. Are you afraid of your abilities? How many people have never really enacted on their abilities and trusted their abilities to move forward? Because it's our individual abilities that will open out the trend-setting temerity for the world to move forward. The globetrotter gall within all of us will galvanize awesome luminary light to shine from our hearts and souls, sending out unconditional love. And when I say love, I ain't talking about the hunky-dory feel-good. It's about the love you feel for your own dreams and the love you feel for yourself in a humble way. A lot of people think arrogance is love, but arrogance is asinine ridicule, and that's all it is, wreaking havoc in everybody's life. So as I open up to explain to myself that caring what other people say that are trying to ridicule me or do something, to hold me back. But remember, what they say is their words, their thoughts, their feelings, their emotions, and their fears coming forward. Ridiculers are usually fearful people. But the people that have the confidence, they will tell you straight to your face and they will ask you a question that will move you forward. And so as I open up to this, I open up to more enlightenment within myself. And and really, when you quit thinking about what other people say, you turn off the naysayer within yourself. How does, when somebody ridicules you, do you play into the naysayer within yourself, and the negative inner dialogue or the criticism within yourself is, I sabotage me instead of I see me free? How is our own ridicule our biggest delusion we live? Because it's easier to criticize ourselves and express the inspirational innocence within ourselves that will expand our life and move us forward. As I walk of wisdom, I willfully invigorate savvy, daring, omnific moxie to walk forward. And moxie is a confidence. And if you look at the people that are really successful, they're confident, but they get tired of people asking them for things. And they clam up. And also, they don't want to go backwards in life. But the arrogant ones will go backwards once in a while, or quite often. What are you willing to say, and how are you willing to feel yourself the confident Commodore to be the emperor of your life, to really lionize internal freedom every day, feeling the fervor, ardor allows you to soar and roar throughout your life. See, it's easy to think about what other people say, but really, with their ridiculing you, do they really care about you? No. But when you really open up, to yourself and admit to everything in life, you're going to find out everything you've chased in the world was already inside you. What you admire about people is there. What you dislike about people is where you're expanding energy or your expanded wisdom is to be exposed, is to be used to expose how you're really hosing yourself, because thinking you're never good enough is something that I grew up with. But it's something I've expanded out of, and I'm starting to understand. I encompass unique abilities, but my abilities and the way I do things may not be the most popular, but yet they're the ones that expanded me. And that's something I've learned in my life. My coaching and my speaking is something I've developed, and it's expanded me through out of where I'm at and onto this road. And something I'm going to say to everybody, I have been to hypnotherapy school and NLP school, but what I've really discovered, there's a lot of gimmicks in there to cover things up, but that raw, deep emotion is still alive in there. Phobias and stuff, yes, but when it comes right down to the nitty gritty and to expand out of there and leave everything behind, you have to go through it and detach it by listening to the critic within yourself, to allow your entrepreneurial acumen to ask the questions, to query, and get rid of the fury of it. The more you're willing to go through, and the more energy you're willing to walk through is and detach from, and by questioning it and really going into it, the adversity of it and the pain and the anger, pretty soon becomes wisdom to move your life forward. And when you have the will to go through the anger, the pain, and all the frustration of that situation and attain the wisdom, you expand in candid confidence to understand you can walk through anything and enjoy the journey and the voyage into you, and the journey on the physical plane, to feel and witness. You feel the inner voyage become the willpower to move forward, and the physical world, you start witnessing the confidence, and you start witnessing the respect and admiration of others, because they feel the confidence within you, because you walk through all the thorns of scorn that are within you. How many people think and say they've expanded this or done this, but yet in real life they're still stuck right where they've been, because they've never addressed the pain, the anger, and the frustration. Because we think pain is bad when it comes to personal things, but most of the time when you go through the pain, it's you afraid to admit you tried to control the situation. Are you as afraid to walk away from the situation? That's where we become locked in. That's where we become stuck in the muck of ourselves, because we're afraid to admit we did it to ourselves, and adhere to the words, the silent words of sapience that were said, we spoke to ourselves. That is something I really do. Because every time I've had a heartbreak or anything, it's usually because I was afraid to listen and hear what the other person was saying with their intended outcome involved. So when I stopped playing into the game of it, I opened up to the wisdom of it. Because nobody's hurt me. My controlling thinking and my wanting selfish self is what hurt me more than anything, because I did it to myself. When you open up to be accountable and responsible for all your actions in life, you expand with confidence, and you quit looking at what other people do and start feeling the fervent energy within you, and you feel that spiritual savvy within yourself, and you become willing to enjoy the voyage and the journey of life. Canonizing internal freedom every day. And that is letting go of letting go of the feelings and the hurt feelings of what other people say, to understand their words are their words. and your dreams and accomplished outcomes and your desires light the fire of freedom internally, realizing every day is an adventure to expand, energize, enterprise, and experience a new wave of wealth, love, health, and a lavish cascading cash flow you are willing to, you are deserving to experience. The thing is, it's deserving to experience the wealth success is where the world opens up to you and me. But I really enjoy understanding if I feel the pain and the frustration and I'm willing to go through it, query it until the fury leaves, I open up the light of life to shine from me. And I want to thank everybody for being here. I am Robert A. Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom. I am a hypnotherapist, NLP practitioner, but I've also discovered my way to expand me through life. And it isn't by any gimmicks. It's about sitting down and being honest with myself. And what I've discovered mostly for me is being stuck in life is I was trying to control life rather than participate, facilitate it, appreciate it with a heartfelt gratitude and being thankful for everything in my life. I want to thank everybody, and it is a holiday season. I wish everybody happy holidays, Merry Christmas. However you celebrate, I wish you that way. Thank you, and I'm going to say good night.